and speak to the Association of Mine Workers and Construction Union. Its president is Joseph Mathunjwa. This is a union that's long been calling for the formalization of artisanal mining. Also joining this conversation is National Union of Mine Workers Acting Deputy General Secretary Phillip Mankge. To both of you, gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. Can I start with you, Mr. Mathunjwa? The commentary from the minister in the presidency, to quote her directly, "We're not sending help to criminals. Criminals are to be persecuted. We are going to smoke them out." What do you make of those comments?
Good evening to you and to your viewers. I think it's very fortunate that you are conducting these interviews. This is the same government when the workers on the 16th of August 2012 were fighting for the living wage at Marikana, and then they called the workers as criminals. I don't know now how can they be able to distinguish between criminals and workers. So workers were mowed down, 34 mine workers were killed, fighting for economic emancipation by the very same government. And today they've got guts to say, let's smoke them out, those criminals. The same government have made this environment very fatal for illegal mining. We've been calling as Amcu that why can't you, reskill, empower all these former mine workers who are being retrenched by these big companies, your Anglo, your Sibanye, all these multi-international thieves that are looting the minerals of the country and leaving a depleted environment, to give them artisanal mining, to empower them. They've got skills. We are sitting over 32.9% of unemployment in South Africa. I'm not talking about SADC as such. So those people, remember, those countries are the labor sending areas who's been here in South Africa for years with these skills. So do you think if the environment is created by this incompetent government, you think those people, they cannot use their skills to go and search for, for food?
Let's bring in Mr. Mankge into the conversation. Mr. Mankge, do you have a particular problem with the comments of the minister in the presidency, or do you think that the government's stance to be firm on illegal mining is the correct language?
Good evening, Koli, and to your listeners. As NUM, we like to put it categorically clear that we don't support the statement. In fact, it is inhumane and irresponsible of the minister to utter such words when the people are trapped underground. You must recall, Koli, maybe one should highlight this important factor, that after in 1884, after the discovery of diamond in Northern Cape, people were mining manually. During that era, there were no machines, nothing, and mining was not regulated by that particular time. So people were doing mining manually using chisels and everything until the zipping, and then someone called Stilfontein Rhodes, he went abroad and then to bring back the machine to pump those waters. And then after that, that is where now this regulation of the mining started. So what is wrong with the African people when they want to go back to their primitive mining stage, to say we want to mine ourselves because we've got abundance of gold, we've got abundance of chrome, we've got abundance of all sorts of minerals in South Africa. What is happening now? South Africa remains with ghost towns. Chinese and Europeans are coming to South Africa. They take gold, they take everything. As we speak only now, I can tell you, I can cite, if you look at chrome, we are no longer having smelters which are smelting chrome in South Africa. If you can list them, I don't think you'll arrive at 5. Because what is happening now is that Chinese are doing illegal mine in South Africa. If now the minister like Ntshavheni is saying people are criminals, who are they selling that particular product to? Because some serfs, they are criminals. The ones who are buying that particular gold, Chinese are in South Africa. They flooded South Africa. They are transporting all sorts of minerals from this country to Richards Bay and Maputo, and then our government does not call them criminals. Instead, they are calling them investors. But when our people, the people who belong to this country, are mining, they refer to them as criminals. There is no criminal activity in mining.
All right.
In mining, Goli.
Okay.
Sorry?
Let's bring in Mr. Mathunjwa. I'd like for you both to be brief so that you get a fair chance at this conversation. Mr. Mathunjwa, you, as we mentioned earlier, your union has been calling for artisanal mining to be instituted in South Africa, to basically be made law. Now, the minister in charge of the mines, Gwede Mantashe, will tell you that artisanal mining is different to what the people who are underground, as we speak in Stilfontein, are doing. Do you know what the difference could be between artisanal mining and what the people who are understood to be underground are actually doing?
I think it's because maybe they are not regulated. There's the only difference that you can draw. Let me draw you back to the 2018. We marched to Union Building as Amcu under Section 77. We handed over the memorandum calling for the 60-40 of the minerals. 60% can be exported, and then 40% to be kept in South Africa for industrialization and beneficiations. And we even make a call that there shouldn't be any mine that is mothballed because of not making super profit. Let the government revoke the license and giving to other South Africans who are willing to make these mines working, who are not listed in New York Exchange or London Stock Exchange. We're still gonna see huge problem in South Africa. As you see, they are closing the mine. Seriti, NAG, the former South 32 BHP Billiton mines, under Mike Dege and his cabal, they are closing down some of their mines. Those workers, where they will be working. You see Zek Anthracite Colliery at Ulundi, they are closing down that mine, where these 1,000 workers and the community will be getting their livelihood. So we are failed by our state. They created this environment. You can't call those yes, you can call them criminals as much as they can call them, but the porous borders that they open for each and every Dick and Harry who comes here, as the comrade from NUM is saying, that Chinese in Limpopo, they are doing illegal mining, zama. Even Sibanye, I usually to call them zama. So workers are being killed every day, even with the very same regulated mines. So therefore, there is no law in this country. You can't blame people who go and seek for livelihood because of this government who is so incompetent. 25 kids have been killed in the spaza shop, killed by illegal foreigners who are opening spaza. The president cannot even declare illegal to open a spaza shop to curtail this problem that we are facing in this country. This is a banana republic. This is a failed state.
Okay. Mr. Mankge, you get to have the last word. Please, could you tell us, you are part of the COSATU, ANC, SACP arrangement. What has been the holdup in legalizing artisanal mining? Because this, it does appear, it's not going to stop. People are hungry.
Thank you very much for bringing in that particular topic. I think today we are going to clarify it.
Very briefly, please.
We are in alliance. We are in alliance with the ANC and the what you call, but you must understand that the NUM has affiliated to COSATU as a federation, and NUM is an affiliate to COSATU. So we are saying, to answer your question, artisanal mining should be encouraged and be supported. Government, we are saying government through a Department of Minerals and Resources and the Mineral Council must work together in support of the artisanal mining. Because what is taking place in the country, I can say is a manual mining. Because if you look at the economic situation now, we don't have job opportunities. People are frustrated by the situation that our government has brought in South Africa by calling by calling people from different countries to come here, and then they refer to them as investors, and then they come here, they take our mineral deposit, then they left the country with them.
Yeah.
So if we look, Amcu president has just now mentioned that we are sitting at 32%, unemployment in the country. So it means we are having a situation. Government must develop the strategy to make sure that they regulate artisanal mining, and then after regulating artisanal mining, they should allow those people. Let me tell you something that you don't know, Tony. The president of South Africa, Matamela, has sent army into Beggarsford, Limpopo, Stilfontein area to cap this thing of illegal mining, or the so-called illegal mining. If I can ask you today, go to Stilfontein, you will still find people mining. Some they are mining at the back or backyard of other people, so-called premises. If you drive through R37, you look at the build. If you know that area, you 10 years before, and you compare it to now, you will see that artisanal mining is working and has improved the economy in Beggarsford.
I thank you very much for your time, gentlemen. The conversation there between the Amcu president, Joseph Mathunjwa, and NUM acting Deputy General Secretary, Phillip Mankge.